lack of transparency and accountability. Take for example, the money we have now is spent directly to the commercial bank. Remember, under the single treasury account, every fund goes to the central bank. Now, what's the essence of central bank? I mean, I want to to block the loopholes of revenue accruing to the federal government. We are not making revenue for federal government. I said there's no need. And that hinders us of participating in the larger financial market, of getting money to fund our projects. Take for example, the budget is passed, for example, and what comes to us? We get 1% of what the federal government gets every month. So assuming the federal government gets 800 billion naira for this month, 1% of 800 billion is 8 billion naira. That alone cannot even pay salaries, right? 8 billion naira. Now we depend on our IGL. Now, if our IGL goes to central bank, we cannot borrow money from central bank. We can only borrow money from commercial bank. And commercial bank, what is a collateral? What can we hold in case anything happens? How do you repay? Now, what the president did, and that's what you see, the president sees government as business. He wants to succeed. And the only way to allow a city to succeed is to unlock them and make sure that they have access for funding. Now, how much do we need for this commercial bank? We need, say, for example, 100 billion naira. How do you pay? You tie your IGR to the loan. So every month, the bank collects social amount of money. Now, with that money you have, you're going on with your project, because the money that comes every month cannot go around for you to start the execution of projects. So you need much money so to be paying back with your IGR. But if the president did not do that, we would have been in a mess. And that is true to the matter, we have been in a mess. We cannot collect loan from central bank. So all we will do at the end of the month, what comes in? So the amount of money. So how do we share it? With the bogus projects, capital projects that you are carried on, it will not work. So removal of a single treasury account was a blessing, and that is done by someone who understands how to make governance easy. If the president has not done that, all this we are talking about commission of projects and this and that, we have been in the situation today. So his removal from the exit of us from the single treasury account to enable us to be on our own, to raise funds and carry out projects. And that's what you're seeing today.
Yeah, but the question is, what mechanisms exist for accountability of the funds that you are now able to leverage your assets to use?
Yes. First of all, projects are approved when it passes 10 billion naira to the Federal Executive Council. Before that, the Bureau of Public Procurement will tell you this is the amount that can be for this project. So it is not only within you staying to approve a project. And then it is also approved in your budget. Right? Now, so what happens? When the Federal Council approves a budget that is beyond the threshold of the FCT Executive Committee, then that you now sign an agreement with the company or the contractors, as the case may be, and then we pay according to procurement of 30%. Do you understand me? Yeah. You pay. Now, you now pay a milestone based on the certificate issued by the FCDA that this contractor has done 5%. Now, in that case, you have no problem. And two, we don't sit in the offices to say, oh, the FCDA has submitted the interim certificate to social company. No, I don't do that. I will go to the site and see for myself and call the executive, the acting ES, come. You have recommended in the interest of number 1 that we should pay 10 billion naira. Can I see the work now that I can say they are qualified to repay 10 billion naira? And so every company and the officials of FCDA, they're on their toes. They know that it's not just going to submit paper. No, I will not do that. I will not do that. As far as capital projects are concerned, I must go by myself and see actually what has been done, what has not been done. I came back on Wednesday last week. That same day I came back, I went to the International Conference Center. I called Jonas Berger. You told me you are 90% done. Can we go? They came. Behold, they are more than 90% done. I was happy. I went to Girishi, where CGC, the interchange to Maitama and going to Jahi. 100%. So, in such situation, not just 100%, what's the quality of job that has been done? You see, sometimes our people are being a compromise. You see the resident engineer sign anything for you. I said, what for? On Saturday, I was at Oshafa. And the resident engineer, without taking approval from us, has given approval to the contractor to make a way for that the ability to ask them that they should open social place for them to be passing. So I came down there. Why is this place? This will cause a lot of traffic. They said, oh, the soldiers asked. I said, no. Who are you to take that decision without coming to us? There and there, I removed him. I said, covered. The military should. From here to it's about 50 meters. We can't continue that way. I removed him instantly. And I told the contractor, he assured me that this work will be done. With what you have seen, are you sure you are going to complete this work before this? He told me, yes. So that they work in the night. That's okay. On Sunday, being yesterday, I didn't tell him. I went back there on my own. And I was satisfied with what I saw. Indeed, he was going to complete the job. So these are the things you say, not merely approve it. You must show that, look, the money is being paid and the job is being carried out. And it's done in such a way that everybody can see. The contract was not approved by me. In fact, I can tell you most of these contracts were being awarded before we came. But it's our policy. They don't just abandon projects because you did not supervise the award of the contract. No. It's the public funds. Governments, they continue. If we allow that, then you will see projects scattered all over the place. And that does not make the city to be clean. So the president directed that, look, we must try as much as we can to see that all these most contracts are awarded 2005, 2010, 2015, up till now. And that's why we provided in the 2025 budget 85% of our capital expenditure to complete the ongoing projects. There are so many people that will come say, no, we are not the ones who are awarded. They'll go and award their own contract. No, it is not about we awarding. It's about we giving the people what they want. And if these projects are going to be positively impactful on the lives of the people, why not continue? And that's what has happened.
Sure. Okay, Honorable Minister, that takes me to the issue of IGR.
Yeah.
It's obvious that there's been an increased drive for IGR in the FCT, the most recent being the ground rent issue.
Yes.
Okay, some people who are affected have complained that it's either they didn't know about this or they were not informed or they were not asked by previous FCT administrations, and that's why some are owing up to 10 years, 25, 30 years, and that they're wondering why they have to pay for the lapses or ineptitude of past administrations. And then, Honorable Minister, given the state of finances of some people now, they may not be able to offset a bill of over 30 years that has accrued over 30 years at once. So what are you doing to maybe installmental payments or giving people more time, or what are you doing about this?
See, it's not unfortunate in our country. You're a tenant.
Yes, of the FCT.
No, I'm just coming.
Okay, sir.
You paid for 2 years, for example. Your tenancy will expire tomorrow.
Okay.
You are coming to tell the landlord, guys, do not remind you, it's the duty of the landlord now to not remind you. You see, now you are shifting it to the landlord, but that's not the case here. You have a CFO, and the CFO says you will be paying annually for you to continue to keep that property. That annually says 100,000, 200,000, as the case may be. And you are not saying again, some people may not have the financial reason to keep to it. We're talking about central business area. We're talking about Maitama. We're talking about Wuse 1, Wuse 2. We're talking about the Asokoro. How many poor people live here? Tell me, how many poor people live here? Most of them lease their own property overseas. But they remember that they must pay their taxes. If they don't pay their taxes, government will take over the property. Here in Nigeria, oh no, nothing will happen. Is this attitude of nothing will happen? Is it attitude of religion and ethnicity that has killed us and has kept us where we are? Take for example, I today, if you read a Nation, I saw the land department publish non-payment of ground rent from more than 1 year to 10 years, and say, look, go and pay. In that number 3092, number 3092, you know whose name is that? No. Olabode Bianca George. Is number 3092. At that level, senior citizen, at that level, I traveled 3 days. I signed 1,500 CFOs. 3 days. I signed over 700 consent documents. Now, having signed 1,500 CFO in 3 days, you come and collect the CFO. You take it and go and do business and collect money from the bank. Then you sit that they have not reminded you. You are supposed to pay money. What kind of citizens are that? Why do we always have to say that you're a debtor? You took loan from bank. You say, oh, the bank have not reminded me. The bank is going to do 2 things for you: giving you money, and also because you achieve a protocol of reminding you that this is what is going to be your assignment, this is the job you're going to do. You are, look, and that's what I said. Look at a PDP secretariat. In 2005, Vincent Ogunlafo, as the national secretary then, wrote, when they bought that property, El-Rufai was the minister of FCT under Obasanjo's government. 2005. The members are there. El-Rufai said no. The mere fact that we're in government cannot stop you from paying tax. And so they should pay 26 million naira for the assignment. They bought this property, according to them, from one senator who lives in Kaduna. We were in government. PDP was in government in 2005. So El-Rufai said no, pay the money. I will talk to Mr. President then. In 2005, El-Rufai was the minister. Nothing happened. Yes. In 2010, PDP was still in government. Bala Mohammed was the minister. To 2015, 5 years. 5 years. Nobody who said, look, what can we be here? Let's ratify this. Up till now, that consent has not been given. Up till now, we're not even talking about the ground rent. From 2005 to 2025, 20 good years. 20 good years. And all you hear here, politics, politics. Listen, I'm here. I'm looking for money. You want government to do this road. You want government to do the satellite towns. You want government to provide this. It will be from my blood. This is a country where we always respect the laws of other countries. When we go out, you see us obeying. Even without being told, we will obey. But when we come here, no. Like, what happened recently showed me that, look, there are people who do not want this country to progress. There are people, and when I saw those who were behind, I just laughed. I said, you need leadership that have to tell you, no, this can continue this way. It exposed so many people. All those who are complaining, are they the poor? Have you seen any poor man? He owns a house in Maitama. He owns a house in Usetu. He owns a house in Asokora. He owns the businesses in the central business area. How much are they supposed to pay? Nobody pays up to 400,000 naira as grant rent a year. And then you come and tell me, we did not remind you. You have seen your house boys whose duty is to come and remind you that you're a debtor. Whose duty to tell you that, look, as a tenant, your house rent has expired. I mean, look at the kind of excuses. And I laugh. Some people will even say play politics. And so, oh, you know, we're the ruling party. It will affect us. Affect you how? Are we taxing based on APC? Are we taxing you based on PDP? So how's it going to affect you? But because they know they have been exposed, all kinds of maneuvering, all kinds of blackmail. Oh, the minister is too hard. Minister is not this. These are the same people who complained that when the former government was here in the 80s, that they never knew if there was any minister. Now the same people now, I say, oh, he's too hard, he's this. The same people want you to give them, I hear you did this, I'm living so place. Can you help me to let out the road? With which money?
Yeah, but two wrongs don't make a right. So
no, how? I'm doing the right thing.
It's the process of recovery.
Yes.
Or your administrative processes.
Yes.
Either collect the ground rent or revocation. The argument likely that I've heard is that you don't follow due process.
What is due process?
Require a court order.
That's it's not correct. I don't require a court order. It's not correct. First of all, we're giving you notice. Okay. Remember, in March, we published. In March, we will publish about these people who are owing. In March, April, May, June. Now, look, the caucus of the leadership of PDP, led by Senator Abamoro, they came to see me. Now, look, this is the problem they have. I say, what's that? That this and that and that. I said, okay, hold on. I turned by my rights. I brought the documents, internal memos. I said, take. Go. Read it. Tell me. They confessed that, look, it's unfortunate. I said, no. I don't want this a confession here. You will go back to the party leadership. Tell them to tell Nigerians that, look, indeed they found that I did not do anything wrong. It was them. They should even thank me. They should even thank me. You know, if not with the presidential intervention, I believe that. People say heaven will come down, heaven will come down.
But then they said it's only 7.8 million naira, which you, as a loyal party member, could, I mean, dip your hand in your pocket.
And you can't even pay. It's, first of all, it's not in my name. Even they cannot pay because the problem is not in their name. But that is not the point. Who is the one that will say, people like Bode will say so? Look at the debt story.
That's what I said, sir. Bode just said so.
How can he say so? I read what he said. If an old man has no job, sit down in your house and read their newspapers. Bode just said, PDP made me. PDP gave me national name. PDP, I agree. Party cannot make you. You are the one that will make the party popular to win election. Party.
Your Excellency.
Now, I'm coming, sir. Party cannot say we are popular. It is you, individuals, that made the party to be popular. Look at it this way. I agree that PDP made me. Ask Bode George, whom did PDP make in Lagos? It is the party that makes. Whom in Lagos did the party make since 1999? Not one assembly, not one House of Reps, not Senate, not anything. Not anything. Not anything. And then you are talking to me who has labored, campaigned, and worked for the party to be the major party in the state and at national level. Meanwhile, in your own state, the party has never won evidence, crying, complaining every day from 1999, complaining, crying, Tinubu did this, Tinubu did not do this, they rigged the election, every day. Even when we were in power, we knew what we did to make sure that people take over in Lagos. It didn't work. Even when Jonathan came, we know what we did. It didn't work.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. I want to ask two questions. How different is Wike's administration in FCT from your predecessors? And secondly, are you still in the PDP?
Fine. It will be very wrong for me to assess myself. It is you.
No, what are you doing differently from your predecessors?
Look at what we are doing differently now. You have said, what I mean, you, not you as a person, the people have said FCT was not working. And FCT is working. Which means, first of all, I'm doing things that they refuse to do. One, I have found out that most of them didn't have the courage to annoy people, to step on toes. I have a lot of interest. I take joy when I step on the toes of big men. Those who say that nothing will happen, I take joy. I said something will happen. It will happen. It makes me happy. All you want is to take decision against the poor people. But you, the rich man, nothing will happen. Something will happen. And that's why we're getting results. And that's why if you don't do the right thing, too bad. Too bad. I don't care. The only person I owe that is to say, look, Mr. President, this is what I'm doing. I'm not doing it because I'm from social place. I'm not doing it because I'm from social religion. I'm doing it that I have to support the government. I have to make a difference. People, this is to be a capital. You know what pains some of us that we will travel outside every time. And you see you staying in a cozy environment. Oh, this lawn is done very well. Oh, look at trees. Oh, look at it. Who did them? I don't know human beings. I don't know human beings. Why do you think that anything, so it's a magic that you cannot replicate simply because we don't want to be disciplined? Simply because we believe that he's my brother. Simply because he's my sister. Or simply because we worship in the same church. We worship in the same mosque. These are the only things that anybody will give as an excuse. We don't want to do the right thing. I mean, where would we go to? Where? So, this is what we do. Now, what is that man PDP? Which party am I? I'm in PDP. Now, you see, when people don't want to live, you see, impurity will kill you. Like you said here, Some people said, when you were governor, you are doing this. Now other people are governor. You see, that's one thing people don't know. When I was governor, for example, the circumstances may be different. That you were lucky that you could get away with impunity. Does not mean that now you'll be lucky to get away with impunity. I tell you, see, that's what people say when they say what I'm doing now. Yesterday, nobody enforced the ground rent. That means nobody will enforce the ground rent again. You see, it's a mistake. No. The man yesterday, or you yesterday, you were lucky that the man did not enforce it. Now there's a new man who said he must enforce it. So also it is in the party. If as a governor, we were lucky, assuming we were lucky to get away with impunity, you cannot say because you too, you were also based on this impunity you were acting. And why don't you also allow you're lucky. You know, there was an armed robber there. You pass, you escape. Does not mean when another person is going, he will escape. No, it doesn't work that way. Now, I am still in PDP. I work hard for this party. I've not seen anybody who would have the guts to tell me, okay, you are not a member of PDP. Who is that? What is his contribution to the party more than me?
All right, let's leave parties for now. Let's take you back to the FCT.
I know there's a lot of questions to ask concerning the party one, but I want to take you back to something. Now, your 2 years or less than it since you became minister has been very evident in terms of the projects that you're doing. You've shown the courage to expand infrastructure. I mean, you're called Mr. Project, Mr. Infrastructure. And even without a band, a lot of residents here applaud the work that you're doing in this regard. However, there are also some people asking, so what next? In terms of what to expect, is the signature of your administration going to be about your infrastructure, roads, and the likes of it, or are we going to see a shift away from that? Maybe not away, but a shift aside from that. Maybe housing, seeing that we have housing deficit here and schools.
Okay, government cannot provide housing alone to the people. Key thing first, what drives investors to come? I want to build a mass housing estate, for example. There are no roads. How would I achieve it? I want to build a world-class medical center as an investor, but there's no road. How do I do it? I want to invest in education, the best of schools in the world. There's no road. I want to do farming. How do I go to the place and do the farming? No road. Every government first must provide road infrastructure, network of roads. On Saturday, I was in Kwale. I went to Gwagwalada, Kwale, and Buhari, Shafa. When I went to Kwale, from the junction to going to Abaji, they call A2 to Pi. Supposed to agree on that. A2. And it's one of the projects we're going to commission. Then from Pi, this A2 to Pi is 15 kilometers. Now from Pi to Gomani is 15 kilometers. But I remember that when I got to flagging off of Pi to Gomani, so from this A2 to Pi, the road is bad. How do you award the job from Pi to Gomani without awarding A2 to Pi? How do you go to Gomani? You have to pass through Pi. I called the satellite time coordinator. I said, what kind of thing? Of course, English language, grammar. I said, no, this will not happen. Immediately, under emergency, we awarded the A2 to Pi. A2 to Pi has been completed. My brother, you do us a favor sometimes. Used to take interest and go and visit these places. Now, when I got to that Pai, where the road has ended, then the contractor did from Pai to Gobani. So the contractor told me he had also sort of. I said, no, we must go there now. Let's go there. We entered the circle. Why would this country talk about food security? Why? Look at the land, agrarian land. Look at the water. You can even do irrigation. I cried. I said, but again, who will go in there? There's no road. Now the road has been provided. Now people will be attracted to move in. If you don't provide road network, which is the lead to anything called development, you can't get it right. So for us, our is to create the enabling environment. The enabling environment is tackling security if there are, provide the road network. You will see that investors will come. I can tell you in the next few months, I'm sure the whole of that land, the funded, there's got people to go and do farming. They'll go and take it and do land speculation. So,
doesn't that put a responsibility on government again? No, that there's more for you to do in that place.
That's what we're saying.
Empower people to make use of the potentials of that place for agriculture.
That's what we're saying. See, the agriculture today we are talking about is not a subsistence agriculture that will make a country to be great. It is not an agriculture of from here to here. No, that is from hand to mouth. If you want to talk about agriculture that sustain a country, so this is the mechanized agriculture, and that requires a lot of funding.
But sir, are we seeing the deliberate effort to get these investors in this sector that you just mentioned?
That's what we're saying. There's this they built a Dubai City Walk. They came that they want to replicate what they call it Abuja City Walk. That's okay, fine. I said, I'm not going to send director of land. I'm not going to send director of government be to them, no. I said, I'm the one in charge. I said, when I'm going back, he said, I'm going back tomorrow. I said, no. To show commitment, you won't go tomorrow. Follow me. Follow me. We'll drive down. That's what I have in mind. The roads have been done. When we got there, they said, look, this is a perfect place. I said, no, it's not the only perfect place. Wait, I will give you the arrow now. To show our own commitment, we want this thing done. That's what leadership is all about. I don't want anybody to go and sit down and begin to do a bureaucracy for me. I want it to get done. I saw there. I called the director of land, called the director of surveying, and all that. I said, listen, I'm the chief driver of this project. So I told the people, sign an agreement for me that you have to kickstart this, finish the first phase, so that they signed. And if you don't sign, I take back our land. They took it, I gave them. Every day, I called the director of development control. I said, listen, the moment they submit the document there of the building approval, what I told them, bring it to me. Because when you go to, without you knowing, some of these, I'm told to respect, civil servants will just sabotage you. So I called the director of development control, let me tell you, this will drive you from your work. If they bring it today, the approval must come out in 48 hours. We must do something for people to believe in us, that we are serious. See what the president is doing. Look, I'm ready to, relax so many things, to encourage investors to come in. We are ready. And see now what that is going to pay off. By July, they are coming to lay the foundation.
Oh, okay.
The same thing that you have in Dubai City Walk is the same thing you have just in Abuja, that you have in Abuja City Walk. That is, but if we had gone, there are no roads, what will happen? It will attract them. Look at so many. I just asked a question. They gave EFCC where to build an academy. They gave so many people land there. For how many years? There's no road. Yes, how do we enter the place to build an academy? We're going to commission the road. I just finished it. Now people are driving it. Without that road, nobody will go and do anything. Without that road, yes, you cannot build an academy, which will lead to the development of the area. How do you give people land? No infrastructure. How can the city? Individuals don't build roads. Individuals don't provide water.
Individuals have been doing it, sir.
No. Tell me where individuals have provided road. All they do is they make shift. That is not road with basic infrastructure in terms of water, in terms of light, in terms of other communication. No. And you don't blame them. You don't blame. You just go and grade something. It says it becomes road. It becomes kidnappers then.
Well, I guess that's what life largely is in Nigeria, that where individuals literally, although they make shipments, become government from their own. But I'm still interested in the question of infrastructure.
Yes.
The budget, the FCT, the budget is about 1.8 trillion, I think.
Yeah.
And then your administration has set aside 72% or about 1.3 trillion on capital projects. But I want to ask you a question on the small things: water, security, CCTV, and water to start with. I live in Guarimpa.
Okay.
We have been struggling to get water out of the tap for the last 2 weeks. You said there's rehabilitation going on.
Yes.
How long is that rehabilitation?
No, you see, first of all, when things have not been done well, it has this effect. And it's very painful. It's this attitude of everything on bureaucracy. You remember when we came, they were awarded this Abuja Greater City Water through the Chinese Exim Bank and this and that. My brother, to tell you the truth, when you look at some of these things, you just wonder, do we really love ourselves? Do we really love ourselves? How can you, a country, who spend millions of dollars to load, in 10 years, you've not seen the reality? Now, by the grace of God, as this administration came, the president said, look, we have been hearing about this Abuja, what is happening? I briefed you. It's okay. You have to do something. And by the grace of God, we are going to commission the first phase of the water done by CGC. Right? Now, in that same vein, we're talking about water. When President traveled to China last year, which I was a party to that, we signed the memorandum of understanding with the Chinese government, CGC, to supply water, to provide water for some of the satellite towns like Karu, Buhari, Kumbwa, all those areas. And I said, look, it is easy to provide, to put in the budget, but again, the fund may not be there. You see the whole thing. Now, luckily, President's magnanimity provided 50 billion in that. We, in our statutory budget, we also provide 50 billion. And it's one project that, if we're going to achieve it before the end of the tenure of Mr. President's first tenure, that project was achieved. But again, it requires funding. And that funding is pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. One thing I tell people, if you are paying your taxes, you are not seeing anything being done with it. You have the right to complain. I have told everybody, ask me, Mr. Wike, we have been paying our taxes. No road, no this. Ask me. Ask me. I challenge anybody. So in terms of water, we are going to. But again, it's not by mouth. That's why I'm bent on this issue of taxes. There's nothing Abuja can don't. We are not in oil state, oil city. We are not. I've told you what to get for the federal government. 1% of what the federal government gets. So without these taxes, you would have even said, ordinarily, there should be a special intervention for the FCT capital by the federal government. It's the city, it's the capital of the country. Therefore, there should be a special intervention to make sure the city looks like other cities. It's not this way. We're just breaking our heads to get money to pay, and big men, elites, will be trying to say that no. That's why we are resisting. You should help us as our ambassadors to also talk to public. We are saying this should be done, this should be done. Have we done our own part? Look at the publication we made today about grand rents. Over 5,000 names. And the amount there. Like my sister said, have you reminded them? We have reminded them.
That's what they are saying.
No, but you know so what I'm trying to say that when the last comes, we have reminded them. Go and pay. Nobody's business is to take your land. How many land would you take? Okay, take for example, they carry blackmail. Oh, minister, I want to take the whole land. You carry it to where?
Give to his friends.
I mean, okay, even if I give to my friends, would they not pay the ground rent? The issue that government wants the tax to be paid, so you can use the taxes to do something. That's all. That's nothing. If they pay now, if they pay now, take back. We're not interested. Our interest. Do you know that since we started sitting up, go and see the rush now. That's Nigeria for you. Go and see the rush. Is it what it's supposed to be?
Okay.
Honourable Minister, I'm staying with infrastructure, but this time mass transportation.
Yes.
Public transportation is getting quite expensive in Abuja now. People complain about when they try to take the ones we call drop from a very short distance. They're asking them to pay 1,000 plus. And Abuja is a city that should have effective mass transportation. What is your government doing about that?
I thank you. Like you said, we always have complaints and everything. You want everything to provide, which is right. But you like it to be free. We are not doing a socialist and communist government yet.
No.
You know, okay, look at what's going on now. We are providing bus terminals. Go to Mabuchi, go to Kubo, go to Central Business area. It has never been there before. Part of it is to fight insecurity, and part of it is to give effective transport system. What we intend to do as to reduce the cost that you are saying is to provide massive, quite good number of buses and taxis in FCT's own color, that you will know that, look, this is for FCT. And then, of course, subsidize it because of the hardship. But let me tell you, there's no time Nigerians have ever complained.
Honorable, can we do something? We need to go on break because it's statutory. We need to go on break now. We will allow you, when we come back, we will allow you to explain further how those bus terminals will operate and the other components of it that are still in the offering. We'll pick up from there when we come back from there. Okay, we'll go on a quick break. We'll be right back to continue the dialogue with the Honorable Minister.